Hi, my name is Victor Verona, and today I'm going to give you a presentation about the chi-square test of independence. Today's agenda includes several items, like what is a chi-square test, chi-square test step by step, examples of a not significant result found, example or of significant result found, a Cramer's p-values table, some takeaways, and questions and comments. What is a chi-square test? It's a tool to understand the relationship between two categorical variables as grade level, sex, age group, etc. Chi-square measures the frequency of events, the counting, no percentage. Compare the observed data with the expected results. Used to determining the random chance variation between our categorical variables. We could use this chi-square distribution and critical value to accept or reject our hypothesis. We have to do some steps before start our chi-square test. First, we need to determine our expected frequency. State the hypothesis. The null hypothesis, or HO, assumes that there is not association between the two variables. The alternative hypothesis, or H1, assumes that there is an association between the two variables. We need to establish the p-value, the tolerance. Generally, is the 0.05. We need to determine the degree of freedom, or df, generally is the number of variables minus 1. Chi-square critical value is the number to determine the rejection of the null hypothesis. In our first example, the following correlational test was conducted. Our null hypothesis is there is no relationship between the number of cars and number of defaults. Our alternative hypothesis is there a relationship between the number of cars and number of defaults. Assuming A is equal 0.05, we conduct this test using the PSPP software, and we found in the Kramer values table is 0.15. Therefore, no relationship emerged. In our second exercise, the following correlational test was conducted. Our null hypothesis is there is not a relationship between the Likert comfort and number of defaults. The alternative hypothesis is there is a relationship between the Likert comfort and number of defaults. Assuming A is equal 0.05, we conducted this test using the PSPP software, and we found that the Kramer's value is 0.15. Therefore, no relationship emerged. In our third example, the following correlational test was conducted. Our null hypothesis is there is no relationship between the number of cars and the Likert comfort results. Our alternative hypothesis is there is a relationship between the number of cars and the Likert comfort results. We conduct this test using the PSPP software, using a value of A equals 0.05. We find a perfect symmetric Kramer value table of 1. A perfect relationship emerged. We use the Kramer's value interpretation table. In our first and second example, was a very weak relationship. There is no relationship to consider. But in our third example, we found a perfectly symmetric one straight of association. This is very rare. The independent variable perfectly predicts the dependent variable. Remember, chi-square is a non-parametric test used to examine the association between two or more variables measured on categorical scales. The formula is very simple. Chi-square equals the sum of the square of observed frequencies minus expected frequencies over the expected frequencies. Now it's time to hear some questions or comments. Thank you for watching.